Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here's the Princess of Pentacles. This is infinite abundance. This is literally, the world is an untapped resource for you. Yeah. This is like you've got your own gold mine in your backyard, right? This is very nice. This is not specific though yet, right? This is kind of everything that you ever wanted now manifesting before you. Well, what is it that you want? And we kind of can't have everything all at once, right? So we have to kind of focus this energy a little bit. Yeah. Let's see what we've got going on here. I like this card. Really, this card contains all of the other cards. Okay? Every other single tarot card is contained within the Princess of Pentacles. Yeah. This is the card that is pure earth, right? That has all of the spiritual energy in it. And you know, on this channel, we talk a lot about fire to earth, fire to earth, fire to earth, right? Will to manifestation, heaven to earth, above to below, inside to outside, impulse to behavior, will to action, inspiration to implementation, right? Well, this is that earth side of things. This is everything that you wanted to manifest. This is manifestation itself, okay? So everything that is in your fire that you're trying to manifest, this is it. And this is the first card that we get. So it kind of is like you're being given everything. Yeah. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's put this into some context here. Interesting. Now we've got a Queen of Wands. So right away we have a dynamic between a younger and an older, perhaps female energy. Okay. Now this one really, this could be... this is the fire to our earth, obviously, right? Fire to earth, fire to earth. And this is fire that really does have a purpose behind it, right? There is a water aspect in the Queen, in all the Queens, but in the Queen of Wands, there is the water inside that's kind of fueling all of this fire. Yeah, let's get some more context. Wheel of Fortune, oh gosh. Four of Cups, yeah. I wonder if you've got something to prove. Yeah, maybe to yourself. Now we've got another queen. Let's move the little dove out of the way. We've got another queen, a Queen of Swords. Okay, so still getting this older female energy in here. I don't know what that is just yet. Now we've got this kind of purified fire energy, that this is pure will. This is impulse. This is beliefs and values. This is a trinity that is a unity. Okay, so it could be that we're really... It's almost like we need this kind of past experience that's fueling our efforts right now. But then once we use up that fuel, then we're just kind of we're floating with inertia, right? We're just we've got the momentum now, and we don't need this anymore. This is something temporary that we have to let go of, but for right now, it's motivating us. Right? So maybe it is this kind of desire to prove people wrong or to prove something, right? This need to prove something. And then once we do it, we've got to let go. We've got to jettison this, right? This is some baggage. This is something that needs to change, all right? For right now, maybe it's useful. I don't know exactly what it is. Same thing with the Four of Pentacles, though. The Four of Pentacles, to me, as a general energy card, is kind of saying this is the foundation. This was the launch pad. And if you're a rocket going to outer space, you don't take the launch pad with you, right? You don't take the landing pad, kind of whatever thing it is. You don't take that with you. That's something that's there to support you before and during liftoff. But then once you lift off, this is stuff that you don't need anymore. This is stuff that we leave behind, right? So let's continue. We've got the Chariot card in the environment. This is kind of like that rocket ship, right? More fire energy now with the Emperor card. And finally, the Devil card. Yeah, you are really on your way somewhere. You're blasting off, really, is what this feels like to me. And it does feel like there is something in this. This is like our solid fuel, the fours here. And this is what we're transcending. This is what we are leaving behind. And this could be some sort of emotional thing. It could be pain, trauma, it could be guilt, it could be regret, whatever it is. It feels like it's fueling us, but we got to leave it behind, right? Let's select the mystery card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We are just going to set it aside. Over here, we're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put it down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it an interactive exercise of intuition. Okay. Let's look around. First, major. So this is a big change in your circumstances. This is a major event in your life. Yeah, major turning point, and it really is you blasting off from this launch pad. You're getting ready to launch here, right? And I think that this is something that you've had in the works for a while. I think it's something that you kind of have been working toward. But I wonder if this is kind of like not the best timing in the world. It kind of feels like you're an astronaut, right? You've been training for this, but suddenly you get the call that says, we need you to go today. Oh, okay. Well, good thing you've been training, right? So it's kind of, the timing is unexpected, but we knew we were waiting for this. We knew it was going to happen, and we're more or less ready for it, right? And I'm so pleased that we've got this fire and earth, the best combination. Like I said, this is that quintessential earth energy that contains all of the possible fire energy. All of the spiritual energy is manifested in this Princess of Pentacles. So this is really a super big, huge event for you. Okay, this is going to be the biggest win of your life. Yeah. The biggest thing that you have ever manifested. This is all of it. All of it. And it's your destiny. We've got that Wheel of Fortune card, right? So we've got a little bit of fire. We've got these two fire cards. We've got a little bit of water. We've got a little bit of air, right? And then we've got a little bit of earth too, right? This is so nice. This is nice. I love the kind of rocket ship that we have over here. You know, I mean, this is telling me that there's no limit. You're going somewhere no one has ever been before, right? And I think it's going to be a wild ride. I think we have to figure out what the Four of Cups is. What is this energy that seems to be fueling you now, but is something that you have to let go of so that it doesn't weigh you down, that it doesn't kind of sabotage things or cause some kind of a problem later on in the mission, right? And I wonder if this has something to do with an older female energy, maybe mom, grandma. Was there a strained relationship with an older female energy? And maybe that person's still with you, maybe not. But I think the idea is that it's almost as if we're trying to prove something. Yeah. Maybe this is someone that never really believed in us. Maybe this is somebody that has always criticized us. Could be a mother-in-law. It could be an older sibling, right? It could be someone at work. It could be an older energy at work. Yeah, at your place of employment. I feel like sometimes the criticism the naysayers, the negative energy from other people. We can use that as fuel to really get our engines fired up and get ourselves motivated. But we don't want to hang on to that, right? We've got to remember to let that go. Once we're in outer space and we've made it and we've done it, leave that stuff behind. Yeah, jettison all of that. We don't want to hold on to that resentment or animosity or whatever exactly that is. And I wonder if it's almost this feeling of being kind of underachieving because of the Four of Cups, right? So it's kind of like things are okay, things are not great, things are like, it's better than some, but it's not as good as I really could have done. That we're kind of, we're content and we're complacent, right, in our level of achievement, where you know that you have so much more potential and there's so much more that you really want, so much more that I feel you know is part of your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is down beneath the surface. This is within you. You know this is the greatness that you're meant for. So why instead of a wheel, why do we got a square? It's a square wheel. It's, it's good enough. It's a bumpy ride, but it'll get me there. Well, when we know that we've got a wheel like this, within us, and available to us to use, why would we pick the car that's got the square wheels? It doesn't make sense, right? So I think there's something to do with this older female energy. And we have two of the queens, right? Swords and wands. Maybe there's more than one. Maybe you've got like two older siblings or something, and maybe you're the youngest in your family or something like that. And it kind of, it's created an interesting dynamic, to say the least, one that might put us in this Four of Cups kind of energy. But I feel like now it's fuel. Yeah. And I feel, now for the one thing, these court cards represent a group of people. Altogether, it's kind of saying to me, there's a group. And I feel like it's siblings. Yeah. Individually, they mean something else. And like we've been talking about, this is your motivation. This is you really getting the ambition and getting fired up to do this. And this is your earth energy. This is you manifesting every single thing. You're proving everybody wrong. You're surprising everybody, surprising yourself in a way. You're manifesting everything that you set out to do. All of your intentions are reaching the earth energy. Right, are manifesting and solidifying on this plane. And then, of course, the Queen of Swords is the recognition that once we get to this height, we've got to let go of this. We've got to harmonize our heart and mind. Right? This is an energy. The Queen of Swords is someone that can rise above all of the BS, right? All of the disagreements, all of the conflicts, all of the petty squabbling and stuff, and can see the bigger picture. This is someone that kind of looks at all these little fights, these little grudges, these little resentments, and just kind of laughs and just realizes that none of that means anything. When you get to this height, everything down below you, all the stuff, it's just weather, right? It's just the tumultuous, some days are good days, some days are bad days, sometimes it's raining. It doesn't matter. You're above all those clouds. You can look down and all that and say, that's just weather. But up here in orbit, maybe low Earth orbit, you're above the weather, right? And I think this is giving you a perspective to where you realize that, yeah, you can let go of all that stuff. You don't need any of that stuff anymore. Where you're going, you don't need roads, right? You don't need you don't need this kind of fuel. Right? I can't help but think of Back to the Future. They had Mr. Fusion. They put garbage in the gas tank, right? And it kind of feels like that. I mean, this is that Four of Cups that is acting as our fuel. We don't want it, but it just happens to be kind of sparking our creativity and giving us that kind of, I'll show you kind of energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's a positive way to take an experience like this or a feeling like this and turn it into something productive. Yeah, instead of destructive. So the Wheel of Fortune, things are expanding for you. The timeline has been sped up. This is happening now. So I think that you're really starting to pay attention now because you understand that something in your life now is happening very quickly. And I think that you maybe thought there was more time to prepare, but no, this is now. Okay, you're blasting off right now. Yeah, so we've got to get ready. I don't know why Spirit's showing me an image of a peacock. Do you have a connection with that kind of animal? It could be even, it could be a symbol, I guess, but I think there's a connection there for some of you. I don't know if you've seen them recently, or there's some place around you that there's a lot of peacocks. But I almost wonder if that's kind of the nature of your siblings there. If they always were kind of showing off their achievements, and maybe that made you feel like you didn't have enough accomplishment to really show off like they did, right? And not that it's really in your nature to show off. I mean, maybe a little bit. But that they were always kind of flaunting their achievements, and it made you feel a certain type of way. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm feeling there. Once we get on this course, we got the Three of Wands that comes next. And the Three of Wands is realizing that your goals are not directly related to these people or this feeling. Your goals are your own. That you're not doing this just because they said that you can't or whatever. You're not doing it just to prove them wrong. You're using that as motivation to accomplish those things that you always wanted to, that they are part of your path, part of your destiny. So the Three of Wands is integrity and character. You're not doing something just to do it. This is part of your path. Okay? There's a harmony between your heart and your mind, and you're focused on your goals. We've let this stuff go. And now your heart and your mind are acting as one, and you're able to continue on this path, and I think really, really, really change your life. I think it's going to be a pretty drastic change in your future here because of this this big manifestation, this big kind of, it feels like a dream is really manifesting here. Yeah. Now we're going to go the path of the serpent, and as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. We're trying to push toward 200,000 subscribers. I can't believe we're getting that close. Never thought we really would, but it is because of all of you, and I really do appreciate that. So we start over here with the launch pad. We've got this is kind of part of our purpose, part of our destiny, I think, just in general as people, is to transcend our current circumstances, wherever we are in life. I feel like we generally want to advance, get better, grow, evolve, achieve more, ascend higher. We don't ever really say, well, I want to go lower. I want things to get worse, right? I don't think we really say that, at least not too many of us do. So when we see the Four of Pentacles, we think, okay, this is our current situation. This is your current state of things, both financially, physically, health-wise, friends, everything, right? And we're launching from here. So we're in this kind of pretty intense rocket ship that's going to transcend your present circumstances very quickly. Things are going to be drastically different. Pretty soon this is going to be a small little speck in your vision. You're not even really be able to see it. Okay? And it's happening so quick. So I feel like your life is it's changing for the better, but it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to happen very quickly. Suddenly almost, right? Not one of these gradual kind of changes that we sometimes see here, especially if we had like the death card or something. We would say, okay, this is kind of slowly happening over time, something that we have time to kind of get used to it. I feel like we're transcending our current circumstances very, very quickly. All right. And thankfully, we've got the Chariot card next. You have a rocket ship that is quite structurally sound. Okay. Now, I don't know if you do any kind of yoga or any kind of like Kundalini work or chakra work, but I feel like it's kind of like one of those sudden chakra activations, a kind of a sudden onset of this spiritual experience, of this kind of enlightenment that sort of takes us by storm. It kind of can cause a little bit of havoc with our hearts and minds. as our hearts and our minds try to adapt and acclimate to this new spiritual state, this new frequency that we're vibrating, this new altitude, really, right? So with the Chariot card, I feel like you've got to prepare yourself for that. It's going to be kind of a rough ride. So you want to have your seatbelt on. You want to make sure that you've got your armor on here, because there's going to be a lot of emotions, a lot of confusion, perhaps, right? A lot of maybe even doubts, a lot of overthinking, and a lot of feelings going on here with this ride. Okay? But stay the course. Stay the course. This card is kind of saying that you're prepared for this, that you can handle what this is going to be. Now, this is changing your life for the better. But I feel like going so quickly forward is going to cause a little bit of, there's going to be some turbulence. Yeah. But we've got the Emperor energy. Okay. Now, I feel like you've got a connection with like electrical storms or like thunder and lightning. Is that something that you really enjoy? I almost feel like that it's kind of it's a theme for you, either maybe in dreams or in your artwork or in your personal symbolism, something with like thunder and lightning. Yeah, it's kind of a common theme for you. Anyway, the Emperor, this is kind of that confidence. This is really the belief in yourself. This is the authority. This is taking responsibility. This is you being the captain of this rocket ship. This is you having that kind of confidence that you know what you're doing. And sometimes we don't. And especially when something happens this fast and we think, I really could have used a few more weeks of training, but here I am in the driver's seat and I've got to be the one responsible. Kind of fake it till we make it, right? We have to believe in ourselves and hope that the skills in our hearts and minds kind of catch up to that. We believe in our own power and in our own energy, and that really goes back to this Three of Wands too, because it's the Sun in Aries here. So these two are very, very close together. And this is you taking control of the ship. This is you taking responsibility and taking ownership of this ascension, this progress, this evolution of your life. Yeah. You're holding the wand. Now we have to make sure that wand is one and that you are fully committed to this. And this is the obstacle. This card's in the position of kind of the fears, worries, and concerns. So the concern is here that we aren't strong enough or aren't capable or we weren't ready, we didn't have enough training to do this. Right? And that's something that we have to get over. That's something that we have to really pretend, just act confident, and eventually it will just kind of, before we know it, we won't be pretending anymore. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be crucial here, because we don't want doubt. We don't want second guessing. If you hesitate for a moment, then we're going to make a mistake. Do you have who in your family has the sweet tooth? Spirit's telling me to ask about the sweet tooth, and that's how I'm hearing it, sweet tooth. So the emphasis on the tooth. I don't know if there's a tooth problem now, that maybe a cavity, something related to like sugar or something like that. I don't know how that relates. I think that's just one of those kind of random things that come through that maybe validate the energy or confirm something for you or offer a synchronicity for some of you out there. If these details don't resonate with you, that's fine. Just leave them for the next person, It doesn't change the nature of the reading, but it does sometimes offer some confirmation for people. Okay. We've got that Devil card next. And this is you now having the confidence. This is you mustering up that energy that is just going to charge up that hill. That we are just that rocket ship. And there's no limit to how much we can manifest, how much we can achieve, how successful we can be, how high we can climb. Yeah. If we can just convince ourselves that we can do it, then we will be doing it. Yeah. So it is kind of like we pretend that we know what we're doing. Eventually we will, We pretend that we're confident, and we climb up that mountain like it's, like we're built for it, that we were born to do this. And that's, I think, eventually you're going to be like molded into that. You know what I mean? So I like this. I think that this is really the commitment and the endurance and the stamina and, really that the motivation to keep going. Yeah. And we have to find the motivation within ourselves again, because remember, we jettisoned that Four of Cups. And that's not there anymore. We don't care about what other people think. We don't care about these grudges or these things. That's all weather. That's all beneath us now. We have to find other things to motivate ourselves with. And I think this is part of that Emperor energy, right? Finding ways to keep your energy level sustained, keep your enthusiasm, to keep your vitality up, keep your ambition going, keep your confidence high. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what's going on here. See what this might offer to us. Maybe we need some more water energy. We got rid of these cups. Now we're left with nothing. Maybe we need an Ace of Cups, a 9, a 10 of Cups, showing that the motivation for this is now we're no longer being fueled by this. Now we're being fueled by the prospect of living our best life, the prospect of our dreams becoming reality. So maybe a 9 or a 10 of Cups, right? If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. Oh, 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. And so now we are our own motivation, fire to earth. Just like over here, we had fire to earth, fire to earth over here. And we had fire to earth down here too, kind of transcending our present situation. That's kind of the first motivation. The first fuel was that kind of thing. But now we've got the 3s. Now it's more pure. The 3s are very much connected with Source, very close to Source. Remember, the Trinity is a unity. So now this is a pure expression of your will, a pure expression into that earth energy, a perfect channel. So we're kind of being motivated now by just this sense of, this is our will, this is who we are, and there's no question about doing something different. In this sense, it's very easy for you to continue on this path because it is who you are. It is what you're meant to be doing. And I think you're getting confirmation from Spirit that this is you. That what you're doing and this kind of this blast off, this rise, this this ascending is who you are, and you're being fueled by your own spirit. Yeah, it's your own creative energy that is fueling the continuation of this path for you. So it may have started with just this little kind of oh yeah, well I'll show you, but now it's just expanded into something that is way, way, way beyond that. All right, does that make sense? I don't think I'm explaining that too well, but you understand what I mean. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link. That should be up here. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sunday. But I'm here every day. You can just come back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.